G'day guys, welcome to my RX 50 video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Hyundai Aleague for match week 9's predictions for 2021 guys, so let's get started. So the first match of this game we see the Adelaide United going up against the Central Coast Mariners. Now, what I can say about this game, surely it will be a really nice particular game. I thought to myself, going up against this team, Adelaide United are really not on top of things at the moment, and I know that the Central Coast Mariners are on fire, which that means they're leading first on the ladder, and that's going to be real tough to see this game going up against a real good team that they were coming last year, and now they're just going against the park. But yeah, I just think this game's going to be mighty hard, really average game of football, and really particular, I just think it'll be real easy to see if this game's going to be real hard and really executing game. And I thought to myself, in this match, it will be a really good game, and the Adelaide United, I just think they'll probably turn things around and obviously win this game, but it's going to be real tough and real hard, because I know for a fact that sometimes the Central Coast Mariners do win a couple of games and sometimes they do lose, but it's going to be real tough and real hard and a bit difficult for this decision. So in my opinion, my prediction in this game, I'm going to go with Adelaide United on this one, and I just think that they will come around and basically turn things around and obviously win this game of football. And I just think the Central Coast Mariners will struggle in that game. So in my prediction for this scoreline, I'm going to go with 2-0 in this game, and I just think Mariners won't have a victory at all, and I just think Adelaide United will basically win this game anyway. The next game of this match we see the Western United going up against Newcastle FC. Now, in this match, what I do think about this game, it's going to be real tough and real easy, and I know for a fact that in this game it's going to be branching out a lot of things that the soccer will really be real tough in this game. But I know for a fact that in this match, I think what it is I reckon the Western United aren't really playing a really good game of football, but I know for a fact that the Newcastle FC are doing really well. They basically won against Adelaide United 4-0. It's either 4 or 5-0 anyway, but it doesn't really matter. But I just think in this game, Western United will turn up and basically win a couple of games of football, but I'm not too sure if this game will basically go as planned. It might be postponed or might not be played at all. So if this game doesn't really go to plan, I do apologise about that. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going to talk fully, but if it's postponed, it's postponed. So yeah, what I do think about this game, I just think the Western United, I reckon, will basically win this game, and I just reckon Newcastle FC won't win this match, and I reckon they will struggle a little bit, but that's only going to be to that plan of how the way they want to play their game of football. So in my opinion, my prediction, I'm going to go with Western United, and the scoreline I'm going to go is 1-0 in this game. I just think the Western United only will score 1, and I just think Barisha will basically score in that game to seal the deal for the Western United anyway. The next game of that match we see the Sydney FC going up against the Brisbane Roar, and now this game will be very hard, very difficult, and I think in this game, I reckon that in this sort of form, the Sydney FC, I reckon they will do very well in that match to seal the deal in this game. I just think the Brisbane Roar will basically turn up in that game to basically put pressure on the Sydney FC, but that's only if the Brisbane Roar really like arc up in this game. And what I mean by that is, I reckon if they probably will turn up and basically win that match, but that's only if they basically win a game of football and basically beat the Sydney FC. But I just think in this game it will be very hard, very easy, but very difficult in that game. And I just think, in my opinion though, it will be very ordinary to see if this game can basically go to as planned. And I just think, in my sort of form in this game, usually Sydney FC are a really good team, but they're sitting down the mid form of the ladder, which that means that they are really struggling so much, which that means like the Sydney FC were on the first on the ladder, they were leading by so many points, but I don't know how the hell that they were sitting down here and now they're sitting down on halfway point. So in my opinion and my prediction, I'm going to go with the Sydney FC, and this one will be very easy, very hard, but it will be definite chance of Sydney FC winning this game of football. But in my opinion, for the scoreline, I'm going to go with 3-0 in this game, and I just think that Sydney FC will turn up in this game, and I reckon they will seal the deal against the Brisbane Roar anyway, and I just think they will basically put pressure on the Brisbane Roar to basically win this game of football anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Perth Glory going up against the Melbourne City. In this game, another one that will be really hard and really tough. I'm going to see if this game will turn out to be as planned. This one might not be on, but I do think it will be. So my opinion in this game, the Perth Glory are a really good team. I know that they are struggling a little bit. Sometimes they do win, sometimes they don't. But that's not the case in my opinion. I just think in this game will be very ordinary, average game of football, and I do think in this game it will be very tough and very ordinary. But in my opinion, I just think in this matchup it will be very tough and very hard. But in this sort of form, in my opinion though, I just think in this game will be very sort of like easy, but I just think in my opinion though, it will be very tough and very ordinary. But in this sort of form though, in my opinion, I just think it would be very, let's say very like average game of football. But in this sort of form, Perth Glory are a really good team, and basically I'm just going to say in my opinion, I'm going to go with the Perth Glory on this one, and I just think Melbourne City won't do the right things in this game. And in this sort of form though, the Melbourne City, I reckon they will be very critical on that game, but I might not be right, I might not be wrong, but it's going to be very hard and very difficult. So I'm going to go with the Perth Glory on this game, and I'm going to go with 2-0 in this match. So this is going to be real tough and real hard, but yeah, might be either way. So yeah, I'm going to go with that team, and basically 2-0 for that scoreline for Perth Glory. The next game of that match, we see the Melbourne Victory going up against the Newcastle Jets. Now this match will be very hard in this sort of form, because Melbourne Victory are sitting down the bottom of the ladder, which that means usually I would say the wooden spooners, but that's not the NRL, that's the Hyundai Aleague match of this game, and it will be very difficult in my opinion. And in this sort of form, going up against the Newcastle Jets, they will need to put pressure on the Newcastle Jets. But in my opinion, the Newcastle Jets, I reckon they will be too good, and I just think in my opinion, they will have a benefit of the doubt to basically win this game of football. But I know for a fact that Melbourne Victory are sitting down on the bottom of the ladder, so they need to work as hard as possible to basically put pressure on the Newcastle Jets anyway. But in my opinion, this is going to be really easy in this sort of form. But in my opinion though, I'm going to go with the Newcastle Jets, and if Melbourne Victory don't win this game, I'm just gonna say they're terrible and the most terrible team in the A-League season for this year. And yeah, in my opinion, I'm just gonna say the Newcastle Jets, I reckon they will basically win this game of football. And also, in my opinion, I reckon that it's gonna be real hard for Melbourne Victory if they want to win this game of football. But in my opinion, though, it's how the way they want to play football. It's just very difficult for Melbourne Victory if they want to win this game. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Newcastle Jets on this one, and I'm going to say in this game, I'm going to go with a 5-0 in this match, and I reckon the Melbourne Victory will just struggle in that game, and yeah, I just reckon they will seal the deal against the Melbourne Victory anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Wellington Phoenix going up against the Western Sydney Wanderers. Now, I will be going down there to basically vlog that match, so stay tuned for that. I will be basically vlogging that game, and I haven't been down the Wollongong for a while lately, so yeah, hate to see things go wrong around that area. So yeah, I will be vlogging that match, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, let's talk anyway. So yeah, let's go on with it. So another matchup. This one will be very ordinary because the Wellington Phoenix basically lost to the Central Coast Mariners last week, 2-0 in that match. So in this sort of form, they need to work very, very hard to go against this world-class team, the Western Sydney Wanderers. And in my opinion, though, it's going to be very ordinary in that match. So I will be down there to basically vlog that game, and I'm going to go with the Western Sydney Wanderers in that match, because in this game, I just reckon the Western Sydney Wanderers will turn up, put pressure on the Wellington Phoenix, and yeah, win the game. And I have a gut feeling in this match that the Wellington Phoenix won't score at all, but they'll just be terrible for this season. So, in my opinion, I'm going to go with the Western Sydney Wanderers, and in my scoreline, in my opinion, in that match, I'm going to go with 3-0 in that game, and I just think the Western Sydney Wanderers will basically turn up in that game to put pressure on the Wellington Phoenix, and I have a gut feeling that they will. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Western Sydney Wanderers 3-0 for that match and for that scoreline anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Melbourne City going up against the Sydney FC. Now, in this sort of form, this game will be very, very ordinary, and it's going to be real tough and real hard in this game. So, in my opinion, I just reckon that the Melbourne City will basically turn up in that match to put pressure on the Sydney FC. But in this sort of form, Sydney FC are really doing really well in this season for this competition. But in my opinion, though, I reckon the Sydney FC will turn up, but it will be very hard, very average, and very difficult to see if the Melbourne Victory can get a win or if Sydney FC can basically get a win. But that's not the case. The Melbourne City are a really good team, and I know the fact that they are. The only player that I like in that team for the player in Melbourne City is Jane McLaren. He's a top finisher, a world-class finisher that scores any goal in that match, like any match anyway. But in this sort of form, going up against Sydney FC, I reckon he won't do really well in that match. But in my opinion, though, I'm going to go with the Sydney FC in this game, and I'm going to go with this scoreline. Going to be really close, and I'm going to go with 2-1 for that scoreline. And I just think Jane McLaren will only score one, but I reckon 2-1 will basically. I just think how the way they basically will play this sort of form. I just think Sydney FC will score in the first half. Melbourne City will score in the first half, but then in the second half, I just think the Sydney FC will score another one to basically seal the deal for that win, and I just think, yeah, they'll basically turn up in that game to put pressure on the Melbourne City anyway, and I reckon they will turn up in that match to basically get a win. The next game of that match, we see the Adelaide United going up against the Western United. Now, in this sort of form, what I do think about this game, it's going to be real tough and real hard, but basically real strategizing for that game. And in my sort of form in this game, I just think that the Western United will basically put pressure on the Adelaide United, and in my opinion though, it's going to be real tough and real hard, but I just think the couple of players that I do like for Adelaide United, I reckon they will turn up in that game to basically score a couple of goals. And in my opinion though, I just think how the way they want to play football right is how the way they want to basically strategise the game. And in my sort of form, like, of my opinion, I think that how the way they want to play football is how the way they want to basically have that formation right. But also too, in my opinion though, I just think Adelaide United will basically win this game of football, but that's not the case if the Western United basically turn up and win that game of football. So, in my opinion though, I'm going to go with Adelaide United on this one, and I'm going to say in this matchup, I'm going to go with, like, in my opinion, for my prediction for this scoreline, I'm going to go with 4-1 in that match, and I just think the only person basically scoring that game for the Western United is Bessa Barisha, and I just do think in this game that the Adelaide United will basically win this game of football, and I just think they will turn up in that match to basically win this game. And I have a gut feeling, in my opinion, that the Adelaide United will turn up in that game to basically seal the deal against the Western United, and I have a gut feeling that they will basically win, and they won't let the Western United basically win that game anyway. And last but certainly not least, we see the Melbourne Victory going up against the Wellington Phoenix. Now, 12th versus 11th on the place of the ladder, and these two teams have been really poor lately, and it's going to be real tough and real hard. And in my opinion though, it's going to be real basically strategizing for that match. But in this sort of form, they need to put pressure on the Wellington Phoenix, and I have a gut feeling that they will, and I reckon the Melbourne Victory will basically win this game anyway, but that's not the case if the Wellington Phoenix basically win in that match. So in this sort of form though, I have a gut feeling that let me just say that the Melbourne Victory won't probably win this game, and in my opinion though, I have a gut feeling that they won't, and that's is the case because usually the Melbourne Victory aren't a really sort of team that just gets to win every single time. But I know for a fact that they're sitting on the wooden spoon ladder, 12th on the ladder anyway, so that's gonna say that they need to basically win this game. And to prove to themselves that they need to win a couple of games to basically go up a level, they need to win every single game. But I don't think that will be the case in this sort of form. So in my opinion though, I'm going to go with the Wellington Phoenix on this one, and I'm going to say in this game, I'm going to go with 2-0 in that match, and I just think Melbourne Victory won't win this game. They'll struggle in that game, they won't basically score, but they'll try, and I reckon that they basically won't have enough energy to basically score and win against the Wellington Phoenix, so I'm going to go with 2-0 for that scoreline against the Melbourne Victory anyway. Thanks for watching my video guys, stay tuned for more. I'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care guys, stay safe and have a good one. Plus let's get up to 200 subscribers, we're seeing 194 anyway, so let's get up to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.